My name is Abdelilah SLAOUI. Actually, I'm CNRS Research Director and working at Laboratoire iCube, which stands for, let's say, engineering. iCube, because translation in French is in English is always quite difficult. iCube, it means engineering, mapping, and what could be the last one, biotechnology. Let's say that this way. It's a kind of huge lab of about 500 people, and I'm leading a group, a team of 30 people dealing with materials for electronic and photovoltaic devices. This is why I'm in charge of one of this the project called EUROSUNMED. EUROSUNMED stands for Euro-Mediterranean Cooperation on Research and Training in Sun-Based Renewable Energies. Let me first check out how it works, this one, because yes. Okay, so the main goal of EUROSUNMED is to make a kind of strong collaboration at academic and industrial levels. The idea behind it is to promote, of course, the education, jobs, business in the renewable energies, and it's a kind of a bridge between EU and the MPC countries. So it's a European project. It's funding by the European Commission, and we are dealing with three kind of energies, namely here photovoltaics, concentrated solar power, and grid. It's a 4-year project starting just in September 2013. The total budget, you have it here. The contribution of EC is about 5.2 million euros. We are 17 partners, 8 from EU and 9 from MPCs. And we have research centers, universities, agencies, SMEs, and companies. So just to give you a kind of overview of where the people and the partners are coming from. From Europe, we have CNRS, European Material Research Society, which is a society dealing with dissemination. We have Norway, 2 labs there from Norway dealing with the energy, one on real materials and the other one on the grid. And you have Belgium, the Association of European Renewable Energy Research Center, EUREC. In the south, Spain, CENER, very well-known research center on renewable energies, and ICA4 Technical, which is also dealing with that. And in Italy, we have a company called Turboden, which is making turbines for the CSP. And in Morocco, we have plenty of partners. We have University of Al-Alain, we have CNESTAM, CNRST, Massir, Mazen, and University of Mohammed VI. And another partner from the MPC is from Alexandria University, Helwan University, and a company called Nine Valley Engineering. So what all these people are aiming to do, actually, what we want to do is have to stress that this is really research-oriented and development of new technologies in this energy area. So it's photovoltaics, but not all photovoltaics. It's thin film photovoltaics, concentrated solar power, and grid integration in the 2 parts. And the idea behind it is to really collaborate strongly at the research level and the training level. So the second objective of our project is to strong more and more the collaboration between the EU and the MPCs, and how we do that. We are making possible the exchange of students, senior researchers and engineers who are coming who are going to MPCs, or people from MPC are coming to Europe, spending some time learning and having a kind of transfer of knowledge, transfer of information, and a win-win situation in both cases. And the third objective is to disseminate the outcome of this of our research. It can be through summer schools, it can be through workshops, conferences. We just had one important workshop in April in Rabat, where when we have opened the The request, we got about 350 people. Unfortunately, we were unable to really handle all this number, so we end up with 200. This is just to say that the demand is there, and there are plenty of people looking for having really deep knowledge on these technologies. So we are, like all projects, divided into work packages. Why I'm showing that? This is just to show you that we are really making a link between research, training, and demonstration. What we want is really to demonstrate what we have done in our research in the MPCs. For instance, developing solar photovoltaics and really implementing them in MPCs to see how they behave compared to to Europe, for instance. Or when it comes to the concentrated solar power, there will be really power devices which will be installed in Egypt, specifically based on the research which will come from our work. So dissemination, as I said, and the roadmap, and I think this is the most work package which is linked to our meeting here. So what we are expecting from our project is technology, as again on photovoltaics, on CSP, on grid, but the part which concerns probably the theme here is we would like to develop a kind of lasting collaboration, lasting cooperation between the North and the South. And one way, there are two ways we have identified as very important, is to creation of associated international labs. So really the link will be very strong between the researchers and the engineers, and also launching a EUROSUNMED master degree on renewable energies, which I'm here also to learn, to listen what are the different proposals, what are the different views, and then not duplicating things, but having an added value to all this business. Okay, so what we started with for this work package 7, especially on the education and training component, we started to have a survey on the relevant stakeholders, especially on Morocco and Egypt, because this is our first component of the project. So at the bachelor, master, and PhD level, you need to have a kind of figures on that. The identification of different needs in terms of education and training. Again, it's not important to add things to things which exist. It's really to come with added value to this to the story, and based on that. Yes or no, does it make sense to go for an international master in renewable energy? So we started identifying a lot of existing master programs. You cannot imagine how many already exist, so really we have to come with something different. So we have established a kind of task force in April when we were in Rabat. We had a chance to have many partners available there from Morocco, of course, Egypt, but all partners from our consortium. So we discussed it, and we now have a kind of task force, a group who is in charge of that. And the discussion started, and we are continuing that. And this is again why I'm here to listen. So. This triangle, you see it many times, but exactly what we want to do in this master, and what we want to have is education. Everywhere you can have education, and very high education in Morocco, in Egypt, in Europe. The research sometimes is missing in some parts. I think it's we have to agree on that, and we have to to make that as high level as possible when it's possible. And innovation and business, this is also something which might start to have some even in Europe. People are complaining that it's not enough. But I think in South Mediterranean countries, it's even a bit, still needs some effort to be done. So why not having a kind of overview of this and making the best of it. So we have already identified the pillars for that and some keywords, of course, for the education. We want to develop thema like energy production, energy storage, very important, energy saving, more important even than the production nowadays, and the energy distribution through the grid. At the research level, laboratories, we have to identify the research institutes who would like to go for it, universities, engineering schools, and SMEs who are discussing with some SMEs to be involved in it. It's not only production, but also computing is part of it. I mean, if you want to really make management of the distribution, it's also very important to have a part of the computing and people of high level in computing as well. So innovation is very important as well. It concerns complementary skills in general, what is what you call complementary skills. Even writing a proposal is not that easy often. And the how to make a business plan and accounting. Business plan is okay, but you have to respect it somehow. So it is also to know things about the accounting. So the idea is that this student should have a kind of possibility to get part of each of these fields and to have a kind of complete skill. So it's easy to say, but there are some real troubles we have identified. At least we have to face one day or another. So there are specific contexts for each country. The education and training is not the same. The levels, the language is not the same. So it's not that easy. So when you want to make something general, you have to take that into account. The academic requirements is not the same. So you have to find a kind of common evaluation process. This is a problem for many of European countries, as you know. International travels, it has been written by many of our colleagues, visa cost and so on. The tuition fees, we have heard about tuition fees for some universities. It's not that obvious for all how it's possible to take really care of part of the fees by a system or another. How to really force or at least interest the enterprises to be really part of the model. This is important, and how they can share with us the information about industrial applications, patents, and so on. The teaching methods, this has to be diversified by e-learning or face-to-face. How to make that. And the teaching language, maybe France and Morocco is okay, but when it comes to for instance, Egypt, we have another language, so we have to deal with that. So it's not easy to. So all this looks very simple, but when you want really to think about an international master or even a Mediterranean master on renewable energy, you have to deal with that. So I'm again here to listen to the proposals which will come. Our goal is to launch this master maybe in 2 years from now, 3 years from now. So we have time. We will really make our survey, and based on the opportunity, we will go for it. Thank you for your attention.